From the campus of Riverside City College, it's Inland Valley News.
We're here at Back to the Grind. See what Senator Roth has to say to the community.
Today we're going to explore one of Riverside's great historical landmarks. This is Heritage House.
Ashley Brown reporting, do you have what it takes to be Paris's next superstar?
And while some words are more elegant than others, with more popular words are being approved in today's dictionary.
Hello, my name is Damian Thompson, and I'm really having a ball. Thank you for joining us on Inland Valley News. There was a strong turnout for a Q&A with the 31st District Senator, Richard Roth. The senator was speaking at a local coffee shop that is located around the corner from his Riverside Main Street office. Among the crowd were students, teachers, employees, and businesses.
We're here in downtown Riverside at Back to the Grind, where Senator Richard Roth is talking to the community about helping homelessness, creating jobs, and expanding the UCR Medical School.
When I get up and I go to work in the Capitol in Sacramento, or I come to work down here in my district office, I think I work for you.
The senator is here today to listen to the public and talk about pressing matters that local residents face. Everyone that attended had an equal opportunity and chance to ask the senator questions. Some of the key questions that were asked were about helping homelessness, drug treatment programs, and crime prevention. Along with these questions, Senator Roth also gave his plans to help the IE grow.
I'm going to continue to fight for funding for our cities, for transportation dollars for our roads, for more money for education to make sure, because of course what we need to do is we need to continue to drive up high school completion rates, college going rates, college graduation rates, and increase the number of graduates coming out of our educational institutions with training in the STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math fields, because that's what's going to help us attract high-paying, high-quality jobs to our region.
Well, I like the idea that Senator Roth is willing to work across the aisle. For too long, we've had the my way or the highway mentality, not only in our own state legislature, but in Congress.
Thank you all for coming.
This is Cy Garrett for Inland Valley News.
We live in a dangerous world, whether it's the possibility of an earthquake here in Southern California or an active shooter and terrorism like what we've seen in San Bernardino less than a year ago. Preparation can be the difference between life or death. Riverside City College has taken a major step in preparation.
On October 20th at 10:20 in the morning, there was an earthquake or active shooter or a number of other situations that called for coordinated action. This is a drill on the campus of Riverside City College that is being conducted for the first time in its history. So why is this test being done now?
I'm sure the shooting incident, the situation with the San Bernardino issue was a big part of it, because I guess we were very involved, and we were actually one of the targets here at this campus.
When I heard about the shooter, I was hoping that they were all clear, and all you can do is watch and pray. We planned on it, so everything I did was around that time, so that when this happens, they're ready to rock, because we need them to come back.
The drill was anticipated and well coordinated. There was minimal disruption to the class schedule, and students and teachers were back to their academic routines in approximately 20 minutes.
It's not a matter of if we're going to have an earthquake here, it's just when. And then this campus is, there's a very possibility that there could be an active shooter here. We have a lot of different entrances and easy access, and so just smart to be safe.
Aside from the possibility of an active shooter, let's not forget we live in earthquake country. Every seismologist and geologist has warned that we are overdue for the big one. We cannot be overprepared. For Inland Valley News, I'm Rogelio Lobato.
We're supposed to evacuate this.
Yeah.
Do you have an appreciation for classic Victorian homes? Heritage House in Riverside, California offers tours on the weekend for those who want to experience what it was like to live here during the end of the 19th century. Riverside, California, the city of arts and innovation. Founded in the early 1870s, it's known as the birthplace of the California citrus industry. It's also a great place to see some of the remaining Victorian-style homes from the 19th century. One such home has been preserved for public viewing, and it's a definite must-see. We were invited by Lynn Voorhees, who's the curator of the Heritage House Museum, to learn more.
Heritage House is owned by the city of Riverside and was the home of Catherine Bettner. She built the home in 1891 and lived here until her death in 1928. The Riverside Museum Associates, they were looking for an appropriate historic house that really spoke to the heyday of Riverside. And after a long, extensive search, they selected Heritage House and purchased it in 1969. And they proceeded to work on renovations, and it was designated a National Historic Place in 1974. And they proceeded to continue with the renovations, and it opened to the public in 1977. And we've been open ever since with providing guided tours. And when you have the opportunity to enter the home, the woodwork in the house is simply phenomenal. Downstairs, it's all white oak, and upstairs, it's redwood, which is hard to believe, but at the time, that was less expensive. And throughout the house, there are 14-foot ceilings. It's just a 2-bedroom home. She lived here with her Chinese house servant, probably when she first moved in.
So make your reservations today and come and see this beautiful historical landmark right here in Riverside. For Inland Valley News, I'm Damian Thompson.
Our reporter Ashley Brown helped us check out these talented individuals as they auditioned for the top spot at the 3rd Annual Paris Got Talent in lovely Paris, California.
Paris, California may not be the entertainment capital of the world, but today Hollywood comes to Paris. Paris Got Talent held their 3rd annual talent showcase auditions where hopeful participants showcased their gifts and talents in front of judges in hopes of making their superstar dreams a reality. Eddie, I'm guessing you're the team captain of the whole dance group?
Janae Dudley and Rhea Davis are my fellow captains.
Awesome. So I know you guys are here at this competition show, and there's a lot of competition that's out there. What differentiates you guys from the competition?
We're very unique. We bring it every single time. We're not afraid of a little competition. We're mostly here for the fun, but mainly to really take home the win this year.
What is one thing that you did before going on? I know it's nerve-wracking. Do you have like a ritual or something that you do before you go on and sing in front of people?
Not really. Before I was just complaining, knowing I can do it, but prayer, I stuck with prayer. That was key.
Aside from the notoriety participants will gain from this showcase, there's also a cash prize of $500 for the first place winner. Some participants already anticipated their win and what they would do with their cash prize.
There's this charity called Best Buddies, and I would like to donate it to that. Best Buddies is like for special ed kids and Down syndrome and autism kids, and like it's for them to do stuff like prom and stuff.
I sat down with Serena Gilmore, the coordinator and visionary behind Paris Got Talent, to get the inside tips of what the judges are looking for when it comes to crowning this year's next superstar talent.
I would say that you would have to be true to yourself. You definitely have to always sing with or dance or do whatever you do from your soul, from your heart. If it's not what you believe in, you won't let anybody else believe in it.
So many talented people here for these auditions. If you believe you have what it takes to be Paris's next superstar, we provided the information below. For Inland Valley News, I'm Ashley Brown.
Some of these words are accepted in the dictionary. Our reporter, Andrew Rocha, gives us some insight into this process.
Dictionaries like Merriam-Webster accept words that are widely used. But how right or wrong is this process, considering people might see these new words that were first considered slang now in the dictionary?
It is all situational. We're not the only culture or country to add new words to the dictionary. For instance, if you take the Japanese alphabet, they have a whole extra alphabet for foreign words because those words are used a lot and they are new to their language.
Well, the issue is not right or wrong. Okay, any word that Webster deems appropriate for the dictionary is fine. The question is how the words are used, because slang brings down what we call the tone of the writing, and tone is just a fancy way of saying attitude.
Then who is to say that finding a word from older literature might be more beneficial than finding a word that was made up today?
Especially like over text, there's less emotion, but we use the phrases that we do use today, but the meaning can be perceived differently.
So sometimes the newest, most slangy word is the right word, like selfie. To describe a selfie as a self-portrait starts to create a different image. So a self-portrait sounds nicer.
Well, whether we like it or not, generational times calls for generational words. I'm Andrew Rocha for Inland Valley News.
So coming up next, we're going to find out what exactly happens to all of Riverside's waste. Lots of trash, but also lots of innovating. Up next, how the public can help.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I bought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
True definition of hero. And been a hero. Took a heroic effort.
Every day we bring to our fans the world of sports. We speak of heroes and heroism, but there are days when sports matter little and heroes matter more. These heroes don't hit walk-off homers or buzzer-beating threes. They simply made a plan for what to do when disaster strikes. You never know when you might need to be the hero, because you never know if today is the day before a natural disaster. Prepare, plan, be a hero. Visit ready.gov.
Hello, today we're at the Badlands landfill where we're going to go meet with one of the principal engineers to talk about waste efficiency, what the landfill does, and what you can do at home. Although those who work at the landfill state there is no immediate concern or threat regarding space, the amount of trash that Riverside County creates is still higher than it was in recent years. Andy Cortez, principal engineer at the Badlands landfill, states that there's still one more phase of the landfill once phase 1 is estimated to end in 2022.
Currently it's set at 150 acres. And we're going to be using those 150 acres and we'll be done by December 2022. So we need to have our new permits in place by probably 2020 to use the next third of the landfill site, which is approximately 300 acres.
The landfill is constantly working on ways to improve their efficiency, from converting gas into electricity to designing new tarps to cover trash. But at the very top of the list is food waste.
The next big recyclable is food waste. So typically you see at any curbside pickup at any home, you have your green waste, you have your recyclable bin, and then you got your other trash, just trash. There's probably going to be a fourth bin in the next few years or so where it's going to be food waste only. And food waste is about 20 to 25% of the waste stream. So with that, if that is recycled like the state wants it to be, there is not going to be a growth in trash in the next 10 to 20, 30 years. It'll probably level out or start to decrease. And potentially landfills might cease to exist.
The landfill has created new ways to save and has been mindful of their environmental footprint. Now, a few ways on how the public can be efficient as well.
What we've come up with are the 5 R's of recycling, and it's reduce, reuse, repair, recycle, and rot.
Through the internet and through workshops, the landfill has also been reaching out to the community to teach more about these 5 R's. The wheels are turning at the Badlands landfill as they continue to create new ways to be efficient and reach out to people on how to join the cause. This is Brianna Hurd, reporting for Inland Valley News.
Hi, my name is Dana Perez, here with Inland Valley News. Today we're checking out a new film festival in town. It's called Kapow. Kapow has just come into existence this year. Yes, that's right, this is the festival's first year, reaching out to all student filmmakers in the Inland Empire. You can submit from a variety of categories such as short films, animations, documentaries, music videos, and more. We talked to Ryan McGonigal, whom is a filmmaker himself. His career started from script writing for the top wrestling promotions. Ryan is the creator of Kapow and tells us why we should be interested.
The Kapow Film Festival was originally the idea of any film are welcomed inside. Horror, action, sci-fi, fan films, trailers, music videos, everything's welcome to come inside.
Yeah, I'm just blown away. Never in my life did I think I'd be putting on a festival. So I just started contacting anyone that I knew that was a filmmaker or a screenwriter or anyone doing music videos, and I said, look, this is a great opportunity.
Kapow gives students and everyone else the opportunity to show their film without being rejected, feeling judged, or incapable of being confident in their artwork. Students and individuals who submitted their film work, they were able to show it on screen inside the theater, along with festival attendees and, of course, their friends and family.
The people that show their film at Kapow is going to be open to an audience that want to see films that they brought in. A lot of filmmaker students are going to be showing up, getting almost like inspiring filmmakers. That's kind of what started me.
The Kapow Festival is bound to open opportunities to all upcoming filmmakers and will definitely be bigger next year. I hope Kapow has inspired you to make a film, submit it to the festival, and join us next year. I am Diana Perez for Inland Valley News.
Everyone loves Christmas time. Children at home anticipating that magical time of the year filled with fun and traditions. One of our reporters, Misty Sedbury, reports on one of these fun traditions.
Today, Paul Jock is hosting audition for A Christmas Carol, a story by Charles Dickens. While the classic story of A Christmas Carol was originally a novel, Paul Jock adapted the story into a stage production.
Yes, I did the adaptation of the stage from the book. Yes, I did. I took it from the book and then added in certain interactions between Scrooge and the ghost, observing what was going on.
A Christmas Carol is a beautiful story about a lonely, bitter man who was corrupt with money. However, he found love and happiness in the end with loved ones when he asked for forgiveness.
It's one of my favorite stories. I think it's a good one to do at Christmas time. People get rolled up in the materialism and the buying presents. They forget that it's more about a heart condition. There's a higher presence to be explored in Christmas Carol.
If you want to see this production, the show will have 2 performances on December 10th at the California Theater. And that's a wrap for auditions here at the California Theater for A Christmas Carol. This is Misty Sedbury reporting for Inland Valley News.
This next story, we take an intimate look at a local man who has devoted his life to good works, not just locally, but around the world. Joe Villarreal introduces us to Father Mel.
Father Mel James has been a priest with the Divine Word Society for over 40 years. As a missionary priest in Mexico and South America, fluent in Spanish and Portuguese, he is a dynamic teacher.
Once they took me to church, I was about 6 years old, and I pointed at the altar and said, that's what I want to be. Now, when I got to be a teenager, there were moments when I tried to push that idea away, but it always came back, and the Lord led me here.
Father Mel took us outdoors to show the magnificent setting of a well-manicured grounds. Divine Word has a gardener. The maintenance of the buildings is done by volunteers. The wooden crosses are for the Stations of the Cross, a Catholic devotion. He is an excellent cook, making meals for over 200 to 400 guests. He is currently hired on as dinner cook at the Divine Word Seminary for retired priests, always emphasizing brotherly love.
Because we are missionaries, we go out, especially to other countries that are not our own. And we have always gone to new countries and brought men in. Some other orders do not do that.
A man of God, a man of service. This is Joe Villarreal reporting with Inland Valley News.
If you have any story ideas that you would like us to investigate here in Inland Valley News, please contact us on the campus of Riverside City College. Or better yet, join the news team by registering for classes. I'm Rogelio Lovato.
And I'm Damian Thompson. Thank you for watching and join us again.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
Well, you have to take the way police are treating African Americans in certain situations. Yes, there's a way to uphold yourself when you're getting arrested, but the way certain police officers mistreat people of color is not okay.
People like to bring up that all lives matter, but bringing up all lives matter takes away from the Black Lives Matter movement.
I have shotgun, and that's right along with police officers that will antagonize the blacks to provoke a fight. I have seen this.
I think the movement is making a lot of progress in trying to end racism because it is still alive.
People to realize that Black lives do matter as well as everybody else's, because right now, yes, all lives matter, but right now it seems like Black lives are being targeted.
There's no honest discussion that's coming. This is forcing a discussion that I hope comes towards like, okay, let's pass a policy or let's figure this thing out. And that's what needs to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen.
So I know it's between African American and police officers. So what do you think about police officers that are able to travel before as well? My heart is there. For them and their families, everything they can understand what's going on. Those who are probably getting started.
Well, where's going to come when black people wake up and become intellectually independent enough to think for themselves, as other humans are intellectually independent enough to think for themselves, then the black man will think like a black man, and he will feel for other black people. And this new thinking and feeling will cause black people to stick together. And then at that point, you'll have a situation where when you attack one black man, you are attacking all black men. And this type of black thinking will cause all black people to stick together. And this type of thinking also will bring an end to the brutality inflicted upon black people by white people. And it is the only thing that will bring an end to it. No federal court, state court, or city court will bring an end to it. It's something that the black man has to bring an end to.
what is that? You know, what kind of solidarity? The Black Lives Matter start. What happened to that? They start on other households. And it's like it defeats the purpose. We know there's other lives out there. We know there's other races out there. It's about the fact that
Most people think it's just because it's to be against white people and to cause issues.
They think that all we're seeing right now is just that Black Lives Matter and nobody else's lives matter, when that's not the case. We do feel, like I said, we all feel like all lives matter, but right now, at this very moment and in time, I feel like Black lives are being affected more.
I don't know if there's a misconception. Well, the misconception is if police hatred or something like that, I guess. Like if you're for Black Lives Matter, you're against the police, which is not the truth.
the cops that are in the situation are not fearing for their lives, and that's why they're taking action because we're fearing for our lives. So while we're scared and they're saying they're scared, we're both scared in this situation. So that's what we're running on. Because, you know, I'm scared too, you know, so, you know, doesn't my emotions matter? Doesn't it matter when I'm scared? What does that mean, you know, to them? That's a phone. You know, I'm pretty sure they weren't trying to go out here and party, but they weren't trying to go out. So, I'll go out and do that. So, yeah, that's a phone call. Whatever they're doing with training, they need to instill in these officers that, you know, these are people, they're all equal, because of the job to do your job right, basically. So, what are your thoughts when you Black culture and give you a ticket and you pull out a gun? Would you still say Black Lives Matter? But at the end of the day, it's going to be the same thing for me. So, like, you know, regardless, you're still a police officer. You're still involved in it. So, regardless if it's a white cop that you want to shut down this person, regardless if it's a black cop, yeah, you're still a part of that police force. You're still a part of what's going on. So, you're not included because you're black. You're not black cops just turn around and watch this happen, or they may participate. So, you know, they're not as either. Well, I thank you for stopping by. I really enjoyed having you on the show. Thank you guys. Our Tango with this topic. I'm chilling in. I'm Ashley. If you have a topic you would like us to tackle on news, topic Tango, or story ideas for Inland Valley News, please contact the Inland Valley News team in the FTV department on campus at Riverside City College. We hope you join us